Hey, this is Chris Jericho, and you're listening to the Shout It Out Loudcast. They're going to give you a reason to live, make you feel like you're the king of the mountain, and when it's all said and done, they're going to dance all over your face. Oh, yeah! We got some good-looking girls! Oh, yeah!
Hey, what's up there, KISS Army? Tom Zeus with episode number 44 of Shout It Out Loudcast. We're calling this one KISS Kruise IX. Number 9. Number Tommy.
Where are you?
Here I am. I'm on stage this time.
Barry, what's up, brother?
Hey, what's up, Eric? How you doing?
What's up, brother?
Hey, what's up there, brother? You think anybody out there is going to get that reference? If not,
Yeah, because they're going to hear the clip before that comes on.
Oh, okay.
I'll sneak that in there.
Okay.
What the fuck, Eric?
That was just, oh.
Hey, where are you? I'm over here. What's up, brother?
Like, oh my God.
The guy looked like Ozzie Smith, too, the cruise director there. Thought he was going to do a friggin' cardinal flip before the World Series again.
Ozzie Smith, he looked like the friggin' picture I posted on Thursday. He was the Isaac, the fucking bartender.
What? And you put the picture of Isaac up, and then what did our favorite Italian friend from
He goes, who's that? Apollo Creed?
Now, I don't know if he's trying to be funny or is this like a Borat moment where like he doesn't know and he just thinks that's Apollo Creed.
I don't know.
What the fuck?
Oh. We need to tell people we're unusually recording on a Friday night, and I don't know about you, but I'm already a couple beers in, so this is going to be this is going to be silly.
Oh man, yeah, I've had a long, stressful week. I've been looking forward to just fucking kicking back and laughing with my friend here and you guys, the KISS Army. So I am excited. We're going to kind of blend a lot of this together because KISS News is kind of the subject of today, and that's KISS Cruise and what happened during all that. So it's going to kind of all blend in together. This is going to be one of those fun rant type, long talks that me and Tom get into. No music clips. Apparently, some of you guys don't like the music clips. Some of you do like them. I don't know. But this one will be music clip free. So this is just going to be us yapping about the cruise. So, other than the cruise stuff, Tom, what do we got for news?
So before we get into the actual cruise stuff, so we're going to talk about the two big pieces of news to come out of the cruise week, or the cruise dates, and one of the two big ones was the little Q&A that Doc McGee had on the cruise.
Who, the critic?
Yeah, there you go, the critic,
dude. With all the money he has, he can't get a better hairpiece.
Who, Pico's hairpiece?
Pico's hairpiece. You have a funny little blonde. What's it called? A blonde basket.
Blonde basket.
Yeah, he was on the jumbotron because he had the ball. That one's called the ball game beating.
Yeah,
and he was on the jumbotron, and his family were laughing at me when I was standing there, my own blood and piss.
Because he got beat up on the friggin' jumbotron.
I only asked the man in front of me to sit down a little bit so I could see, and he beat me mercilessly. The other guy's like, my God. And my hairpiece fell off.
Oh God! All right, so
hairpiece. Go ahead.
So the headline coming out of the cruise was that Doc McGee said that Ace Frehley and Peter Criss have been approached about taking part in the final concert, and we're going to get into the final concert.
All members,
right? So here we go. So KISS manager Doc McGee says that all former members of the band have been approached about taking part in the group's final concert. KISS announced, this is also part of the news, the final show is going to be July 17th, 2021 in New York City. So Doc McGee said that...
first of all, I'll see you there, Tom.
Of course. Well, we're absolutely going. Absolutely going, no doubt.
Skipping a jump from Boston. We'll
That's
be
right.
there.
Yep. Doc says, we want to include everybody that played with KISS to celebrate the 45 years of KISS. And everybody, and this is interesting too, he specifically mentions Vinnie Vincent. He goes, everybody, Vinnie Vincent and everybody else that has played with KISS is part of this whole celebration of 45 years. So we're still looking at what we're going to do on the final show of KISS. According to McGee, Frehley and KISS have both been talked to, quote unquote, about participating in some form. But he acknowledged, quote, it's pretty difficult when people say, oh, you should bring Ace and Peter up. How do you do that when you have 2 Catmen and 2 spacemen? So you say, okay, you don't wear makeup and you wear makeup. And then they, Ace and Peter, go, well, that was my makeup. I don't know. It's real hard to do, but we'll figure it out because they're very much a part of the heritage of KISS. And they're acknowledged by Gene and Paul and everybody in this room as the founding members. So it's important to you guys and it's important to us. It's just a matter of the balance, and we can bring it where it works for everybody, and everybody is having a great time. What do you think? What do you think of all that?
I called it, but I called it a little earlier.
Okay.
I was wrong about the timing. I think they'll make it work. There's no way they don't. I mean, why would you give up a one-time big-ass payment for what? Like Ace or Peter to be like, no, I'm not going to do it. Like, why? Take the money and run. I'm sure they're going to pay you well. And, you know, I think it'll be something that basically that, you know, everyone's going to build up. They'll do some sort of a DVD or movie or something and documentary about it. I think it'll be awesome.
I think it was interesting that Doc kind of brought up, you know, he went at it head on about the issues that me and you have talked about, and I'm sure everybody else out there, all the KISS fans have talked about is, you know, the whole issue with makeup. Well, you know, that's my makeup. You know, you can't have 2 Catmen. You can't have 2 spacemen. So the one thing I will say, I mean, I'm on record from day one as saying that it's never going to happen. But now that Doc is on record as saying that he kind of wants it to happen, who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But the fact that they're already acknowledging those logistical issues, you know, with the makeup, you know, without the makeup, that means that the wheels are turning within the KISS camp to try to figure this out, which is good. That's progress, I think. I'm surprised.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, I agree with you. I think they're going to eventually get it done. Funny, but who comes out of the woodwork with all this?
Who?
You saw it. We commented on it. What are you talking about?
I don't know. A lot of stuff
online.
happened.
Who's the first one? It's funny that it's being reported that they were contacted.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. I know. We try to avoid him, but go ahead. We'll talk a little.
Stewart has to throw out his stupid shit and comment that, oh, you know, just as easy as they make it sound like they've been approached. They need to get paid if they're going to make this thing work for 2 years. Dude, they've been making it work already. They don't need those 2 for the last time. And if you read the comments there, they're fucking awesome. People have turned on Stewart. They're like, Jesus Christ, get over yourself. They've been getting along. The tour's been doing well. You're wrong. You've been proven wrong. You know, cut the shit, dude. Your act is old. Obviously, your butt hurt. I mean, it's just, you know, whereas it used to be like 50-50. Now people are like, oh, my God, get over it.
Well, the sad thing that's happened with Stewart is that he's almost turned into almost like a political commentator in the fact that his appeal, he used to have broad appeal for rock and roll fans. Now his appeal is like, if you agree with him, you love him. If you don't agree with him, he's a fucking idiot. And that's his own fault. He's done that himself. He
wasn't a polarizing figure before.
He is now.
Oh, but he did it again with Black Sabbath. He was talking about something about Black. Did you see that?
I saw a little bit of that, little rumbling with that.
He did it recently again. It was like, I had a list out, and the only reason that's not out there is you can only imagine who took that down.
Yeah,
he's anti. Dude, be Black Sabbath and be anti-Aussie. Be KISS, but be anti-Gene and Paul. Yep. Go ahead, dickhead. See where that gets you.
Yep. Either that, or he's ranting about his shitty Giants or how much he sucks when he's on an airplane.
Or then he's got to shine up his brand new mandals that he's going to wear on a cruise.
And get those pressed fucking cargo shorts for the fucking cargo cruise.
Anyway.
So that was the big news. So the fact that they've actually acknowledge the elephant in the room, the former members. So that's going to be exciting. Definitely something to keep an eye on. And then, of course, as I brought up in the message there, they did announce their final show, which I was fucking blown away. 2021.
I was hoping to be further along, but anyways.
Somebody brought up a point on it was on one of the Facebook groups. Somebody brought up an interesting point. They said that the July of 2021 is about 18 months shy of what would have been the band's 50th anniversary from their very first show.
Yes, they'll do a special 50th anniversary concert.
So that's what I was going to say, because the comments, and it was a pretty well informed comment. They said, Gene, the marketing that he is, there's no way he's not going to acknowledge the 50th anniversary of their performance.
But that's something that we could have an episode on. What are they going to do on their 50th anniversary?
Well, no. But which kind of segues into the thing. So July of 2021 is the end of the tour.
Yeah,
we've talked about this before. A lot of people don't think that's the end of KISS. They think that's the end of the tour.
Yeah, even Paul said it in the Q&As while he was wearing his fucking onesie.
Not yet. No, save it.
I'm just saying he brought that point up. He made a specific point to say the end of our touring.
Yeah.
Not the end of KISS.
Yeah.
So
no, you're right. You're right. No, that KISS is not going away at that time. I think you're right. They're going to do something. I mean, everybody keeps talking about the Vegas residency, but I don't know about that. Whatever.
I think so.
And then they announced all the new tour dates for 2020, and how excited are we, because the opening of the U.S. leg 1 and leg 2 both start right near us
we'll probably be there at both of them
for the first time ever. They're playing in Manchester, New Hampshire on February 1st, 2020. They've never played there before. I can't believe it. That's about 15 minutes up the road from me. Nice. And then August 28th, 2020, they open up the second leg of the U.S. tour right in Mansfield, Mass., where we've seen them a couple times. Back to the scene of the crime, the famous I Want You episode.
Well, yeah, somebody's going to fucking drop a deuce in the middle of that concert.
Oh, you have to respect that, but I hope they play I Want You, which brings me to another point I want to talk about here.
Okay.
They're coming back around to the U.S. However, they're playing cities that they did not play on leg 1.
Okay.
Which makes me believe that they will not change the set list. Because they're not coming back to Boston. They're not coming back to Mohegan. They're playing new locations. So in their mind, hey, we've never played Manchester, New Hampshire before. Why should we change the set list?
They're not going to change the set list. You're probably right.
That's what I mean. Right. So you're convinced they're going to do nothing?
No, they might change 1 or 2 songs. That's about it.
So you want to hear... You ready to fucking sit through cold gin again?
It's cold gin time again.
Oh, pew. No. So those are the big stories coming out of there, the former members and the tour dates. But then we want to talk about a couple other things here too. We shared this on our social media the other day. Occasionally I'll retweet, but before the KISS Cruise and during the KISS Cruise, if you're not following the Twitter page, Paul Stanley, Pawl Stanley, holy shit, dude. You are just missing out on some absolute hilarity, provided that you're not one of those sensitive, uptight KISS fans. Right, Zeus?
And we know there are a few of you out there.
Absolutely. So leading up to the KISS Cruise, it was terrific. He had a couple things. Packing for the KISS Cruise can feel like packing for your own funeral. So I focus on the fact that I'm going to be selling $50 t-shirts. Then he goes,
50.
This was one of my all-time favorites where I literally was laughing out loud. Mercifully, the cruise is almost over. I'm reminded of the time a fan asked me if we would be playing deep tracks, and I said, spend a few $1,000s and find out. And he did. All right, Love Gun. Then he had another one. Shaking my head. Eric dropped his Game Boy in the ocean. At 1:00 today on the KISS Cruise, we have, are you smarter than Gene Simmons? Yes, I am. # live to win. And then one of the greatest ones was the other day where he posted "Happy Birthday, Tommy Thayer," and posted a picture of Ace's African-American stunt double from Phantom of the Park. Now, here's the reason we bring this up, not just because it's funny, but because I can't tell if people are that humorless or if people are that fucking stupid. Because on Facebook,
I saw.
Somebody took a couple screenshots, particularly of the Tommy Thayer thing with the guy from Phantom, and people like, Paul Stanley doesn't spell his name that way. Another guy was, and another guy goes, Paul Stanley's not bald. That's not his Twitter page. People like, dude, it's a fucking parody account. You get that?
That's not really Ace, is it? That's not Tommy. Oh my God.
Like, come on, people, lighten up a little bit, right?
And by the way, happy birthday to Tommy Thayer, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I just that guy is hilarious. You get the best and the worst of people, of the KISS fans out there. You know that. Speaking of that, what about our last week's episode and some of the feedback we got with regard to top live songs, right?
Live songs. Yeah. That was interesting, the feedback with that, because we had a lot of people kind of had their own kind of format on the list that they how they made it. A lot of people just stuck with, okay, my favorite songs that didn't appear on live albums. We kind of mixed it up a little bit. Some of it was our favorite songs. I kind of chose some songs that I would have liked to have heard the version of it live as opposed to the recording, like some songs off Unmasked or Dynasty, etc. So yeah, that was an interesting episode. Anything that elicits feedback, we're always a fan of.
Yeah, and guys like Deuce loves to give us, does a list follow. Anytime we do a list, he'll do his own list and tweet it to us. We love that. So keep doing that. And anybody else who wants to join him, please feel free. We love looking at your list. We're always curious to see what other people would pick.
Yeah.
So I thought that was great. So, what do you say we kind of get moving on this?
Okay, yeah. So before we kind of get into the cruise, let's take a short break. I have to go pull out my KISS Feety pajamas.
And we're back. Thanks for waiting there. Is he coming? Is he coming?
Is he coming? All right, so we're going to talk about the KISS Cruise here. So let's do a little kind of a little preface here. So Zeus and I have never been on the KISS Cruise at all, ever, this year or any of the past ones.
So thanks for listening.
So what we're doing here is, if I always refer to our very, very, very first episode, we have very strong opinions, not just on KISS, but you should have heard what we were talking about before Zeus hit the record button. So we have very strong opinions. So we like to share our opinions about KISS. And we followed the KISS Cruise from Cruise Fest all the way to the very end on social media. And I want to give a massive shout out to the people out there on Twitter and Facebook for sharing videos, posting, set lists, different major events and news stories, because that really helped people like us that were unable to go on the cruise. So what we're going to do is just kind of give some opinion and feedback on what we saw, on the videos, what we read. Obviously we weren't there, so we can't share, the experiences that you guys had with all the other people that you made friends with, et cetera, et cetera. We're not trying to, our commentary is not to, necessarily say that what you did was right, wrong, or indifferent, with the KISS Cruise. I mean, there are people out there, if you want to spend, $5,000 riding around on a floating toilet in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, listening to cold gin, you do that with your own money.
Gee, Tom, tell us how you really feel about the KISS Cruise.
I'm not going to do that. So
you just did.
Yeah, that's just my opinion. So, if everybody had fun, I'm glad you did, but that's just my opinion. So, what do you got anything to say before we kind of break down some of the stuff that we were going to talk about?
I mean, look, I haven't gone. I keep trying to push you to go. I plan on trying to make it to KISS Cruise 10. I still want to go. Hopefully there'll be a KISS Cruise 10 and 11 and so on.
Yeah.
But I'm anxious to talk about this this specific KISS Kruise IX. So why don't you lead us off?
Yeah. So the big thing, again, we kind of follow the lead on social media here, and a lot of people are talking about Cruise Fest. And one of the things that we kind of briefly touched on last week, I know there was a lot of acts, but a lot of people paid attention to Ace. And I'm sure everybody saw the video that was out there, a couple different incidents of Ace friggin' screaming at the guitar tech, Ace firing a water bottle at somebody. I mean, you saw that, Zeus.
And Ace sounding like shit.
Yeah, exactly. And again, we weren't there. So, I'm not going to keep saying this, but we weren't there. So that's all. We're commenting on what we saw and heard via the internet. But Ace looked like shit. Ace sounded like shit. His behavior was embarrassing. Telling people, calling them fucking idiots, throwing water bottles at people. What I took out of that, I wasn't surprised by any of it, to be honest with you. What I took out of that was, what are Paul and Gene thinking of when they see and hear that?
That fuck that he can be the lone guy up there covering us by himself. No way. Yeah. Unless they put him through the ringer again and refresh him, and Tommy's fucking being the I don't know, Lou Gossett Jr. fucking Marine Sergeant screaming at him and getting him in shape. I just, it is what it is. I think Ace at this point knows he's always been sloppy, but knows he doesn't have to get better. He knows he's got the KISS fans in his pocket. He can do it with, I don't even need to practice. He can get away with that shit.
Yeah.
He can't get away with that being in KISS. And part of it might be a little bit of that too. Like, I don't want to have to get my act all together and fucking listen to those two bitch to me all day long. Although lately I've seen in interviews where he's kind of like, yeah, I know it was a pain in the ass. Those guys like to be a lot more, rehearsed, and that's not really me. Like, I think he's trying to kind of see the error of his ways. But regardless, it's funny because it reminds me of the comments I was seeing when Stewart was bitching about Paul and Gene and stuff. And he's like, and I was reading the comments and people were like, buddy, Ace is playing at free fucking car lots in New Jersey, or in front of 300 people. KISS is still selling out stuff. Stop acting like Ace needs Paul and Gene need Ace. It's the other way around.
Absolutely.
So do they need him? No. So I think they'll find a role for him. I think he could fit a role for him, but I can't see him doing more than one show if he can do that one show.
Yeah, I think the one show that he would do, I kind of compare it to when they had Unplugged and they had Peter playing the drums alongside with Eric, so that if Peter was kind of off or maybe not the timing or whatever, like, you didn't really notice it because you had Eric there. I think if Ace comes up, Ace can still play. I'm not going to say that he can't play. But if he does play, he's going to be playing alongside Tommy and Paul. So, I don't think. Can
you picture Paul Stanley in his last supposedly concert tour with KISS going to be okay having Ace back him up and not worry about things fucking up? No way is Paul going to leave it up to Ace.
Okay, but now you
Peter to fuck it up.
But now you sound. But now you sound like me. That's what I've been saying.
No, what I'm saying is they say you can come join us. You ain't playing by yourself.
Oh no! Oh yeah. That's what I just said.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh no! He will not be the lead guitarist.
There's no way he's going to trust that last performance, which will be documented and everything else, to Ace. And Peter. No way. Right. I can't see him.
No, you're right. There's no way.
Yeah, so I saw Ace play. It was sloppy and this and that. There were some other performers over there. Wasn't Bob over there?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
He was there.
Sebastian Bach. I saw Ace jump on stage and do a couple songs with Sebastian Bach. He sounds awesome still. And he did some song. I think he did Parasite and he did Snowblind.
Oh, terrible song. Yeah. Terrible song.
Yeah. Anything else you want to throw about and Peter had his appearance. We talked a little bit about it last week.
Yeah, I saw a couple pictures. I honest to God, I don't know if he did any music, but I saw a couple pictures. He was getting his pictures taken with fans. Look, Peter's in his early 70s now. I thought the pictures that I saw, I know last week or a couple weeks ago, I was saying how he looked really, really old, and he does look old, but he looked, you know what it is? He looked happy. I know that sounds kind of corny.
Because he's content on where he is in his life.
Exactly.
And he's like, this is where I am. I can't do that shit anymore. Yeah. I just want my recognition and KISS. And, I'm a founding member. Fuck off. Like, I get it. And he's in his element there. People kissing his ass. He loves that shit. Yeah. And God bless him. You know where I stand on Peter. But I thought he looked great. Saw a couple videos people put up on YouTube about the tour and KISS Cruise meeting them. There's a big photo of someone has the Peter Criss solo album, and in the front of it says, I thought you'd get a kick out of it. To Pablo.
Pablo, honey, come to Florida.
Florida, come meet Peter Criss.
Keep yourself clean.
I'm washing your ass, Pablo.
Nice.
So I thought the Cruise Fest is always good. I think Joe D'Angelo is the one who does that. Yep. I thought they did a great job. Yeah. Congratulations, and it's kick ass that this is now an event that's there every year, and sweet. Yeah. But I didn't see our good friend Vinnie Vincent. I don't think was there. What?
No, Vinnie Vincent. I don't know if people saw this online. I know our buddy that we like, Mitch LaFawn. He posted something that just in time for the holidays. This is no joke. If you haven't seen this, go check out Mitch LaFawn. Vinnie Vincent blankets. It's a picture of Vinnie Vincent, not when he was in KISS. Vinnie Vincent from the Vinnie Vincent Invasion era. They're like hot pink fucking.
That's from the Vinnie Vincent Invasion. The first album, Vinnie Vincent, with the spiked hair and the pink and all that stuff.
Yeah,
dude. If you're wearing those covers, you're sleeping alone or with cats. Well, you ain't sleeping with another person.
Well, I hope you enjoy your Christmas gift from me, Zeus.
You're gonna live a miserable, fucking lonely life. You're sleeping with that.
Hey, baby, let's make some dirty rhythm under my Vinnie Vincent blanket. Oh, God.
It'll be some heavy petting.
Pull the pin on my love grenade under this blanket.
Under my Vinnie Vincent love fucking blanket. You're gonna be with Vinnie Vincent homeless wearing that blanket someday too.
Oh God. Yeah, and again, if you don't know what we're talking about, check it out online. This is a real thing he's selling. So. So then
let's get on to the cruise.
So then we move to the cruise, and every year they do a sailaway. I'm sorry. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
They also do. Someone clipped them coming up onto the boat.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Are there beforehand. They're in line. People are going, and then Paul and Gene come out and stuff. Gene is like I just love him. When he's down to earth with the people and stuff, he's just nice. And they're all coming in like Doc and Eric and. And when they came on, someone was showing, there was a clip and there was, what was the song? I wrote it out. In the background, what was playing? Back to the Stone Age. And I was like, I got to write that down for Tommy. It was like in the back of the, I don't know. It was just awesome.
Terrible.
I like it.
Terrible.
Yeah. I'm like, Tom will fucking love it. Someone took a clip of them coming onto the. But go ahead, Tom. Now they're on the boat.
Yeah. So apparently every year they do a sailaway set list, and this was pretty cool. It's an acoustic set, and they did it on a round stage that like slowly rotated, so that this was pretty awesome because the entire crowd was all around them, and it kind of slowly rotated so that everybody could see it. Bruce was with them.
I thought they put Bruce on the tube and told them to ride along.
They made him water ski behind the boat.
Bruce, we don't have enough. You'll have to purchase a ticket, or you can take the KISS Platinum Edition and ride a tube all the way through Jamaica.
I got a lot to say about Bruce. Go ahead.
Along with our people that have the Platinum Edition, there'll be 6 of you on a banana boat traveling alongside our cruise. In one of our games, Tommy Thayer will be shooting hot dogs from a hot dog gun, and you try to catch them, and you'll have your lunch and dinner.
That's the meal. That's the Platinum meal package. Tommy Thayer firing hot dogs at you. Oh, God.
And if Tommy loses more hot dogs than what we paid for, he'll have to be on the banana boat with you next.
Oh, God.
Anyways,
So that's the acoustic set list.
God.
Oh, okay. My partner's dying live on the air right now.
Go ahead.
So the acoustic set list, and I want to give a shout out to the guys from KISS Talk. They did a really awesome job on Facebook, kind of keeping people up to date on what was going on with some set lists and performances and news. Yeah, they did a good job. So the unplugged set list, real quick, I'll run through this because this is great. I mean, this is kind of what you This is kind of what you're paying for. So Coming Home, Hard Luck Woman, Plaster Caster, Going Blind, See You Tonight, Lover All I Can, Harder Than Hell, Beth, Mainline, Hide Your Heart, She, Shandy, a World Without Heroes, Domino, Every Time I Look at You, Nothing to Lose. That's a pretty cool, it's something that you want to see. Now, if people out there, if you have not seen the Sail Away performance, it sounded great. It was really cool. Dude, I don't know who's helping Paul get dressed, but he's got that fucking hat on.
Curious George owner hat.
And then he's got his fucking striped Pumas and what are you doing, dude? And then Gene has like those retirement home old man white sneakers. When you see people around your neighborhood going for a walk.
What do they call? Arthritic sneakers? What do they call them?
They're like orthopedic, like New Balance. Like they're all like the white sneakers.
Yeah, the nurses' shoes.
Kind of.
They're all white.
Now, what I saw, Gene, he looked fucking bored. Like no, I'm not kidding. He was sitting on. It looked like he was sitting on like a stool.
He doesn't know how to perform without being the demon.
I think you hit the nail right on the head.
I don't think he's bored of it. I just think he doesn't know how to perform if he's not the demon.
Okay, maybe bored is the wrong word, but you're right. He doesn't know how to sit there for an acoustic set.
Yeah, he's not engaging.
No.
I'll give a quick, brief example. I've seen videos of one of my favorite country artists, is Waylon Jennings. And there's a great clip of him, Johnny Cash, and my favorite George Jones singing the nice little gospel medley. And they're singing it together. And he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. They're like, what the fuck? Is he on crack? He can't move. His hands are all... He doesn't know how to perform without a guitar in front of him.
Yep.
He puts his hands in his pockets. He puts his hands up in his chest. He puts his hands on his head. He's scratching himself. They're like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Doesn't know how to act. He doesn't have a guitar in front of him.
Yep.
Gene doesn't know how to act unless he's posing, moving up and down, doing the legs, doing the evil eye look around to the crowd. He just sits there with the baseball cap and sunglasses on and plays like he's like fucking what's his name from the Rolling Stones? What's the name there? The old bassist there they had.
Ron Wood?
No, Ron Wood's a guitarist.
Bill
Wyman.
Yeah. Bill Wyman. Sorry.
Yeah. Bill Wyman's the one who's banging like 12-year-olds.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to get into that. So they sounded great. The song sounded really cool. I mean, I love Kiss Unplugged. I wish they did it more.
Mainline.
Yeah, Bruce looked. We got a lot to say about Bruce that'll be coming up, but Bruce looked great. Bruce looked like he was having a lot of fun playing with those guys. Eric looked great, sounded great. To me, that unfortunately, that was the highlight of Kiss's performance from what I saw, and that was the acoustic Sail Away set list. So then we kind of go from there to what I think, not just me, but a lot of our, kind of social media podcast friends that we become friends with, people on Facebook and Twitter.
Right.
Bruce Kulick and his band stole the fucking cruise from under Kiss's feet. I 100% will say that. And I'm telling you, and it's not just because of the songs that they played. Bruce's band, their singer Todd Kearns, and they have multiple singers, but Todd Kearns kind of carries the torch with it, singing his ass off. Bruce was on fire. That band, I want that band to tour around here, where we can see them. So he played a couple nights. They did a couple set lists, and some of their set lists were comprised of like medleys, kind of, which was
right.
amazing. So their first set list, they did Creatures of the Night, Tears Are Falling, Watching You. Then they did an Animalize medley of I've Had Enough, Get All You Can Take, Burn Bitch Burn, Lonely is the Hunter, Under the Gun, Thrills in the Night. Then they did All Night, Trial by Fire, Reason to Live. Then they did a Hot in the Shade medley, Betrayed, Read My Body, Little Caesar, The Street Giveth, Rise to It. Then they threw in Let's Put the X in Sex. Then they did My Way, Turn on the Night. Then they did a Kiss Revenge medley, Car Jam, Paralyzed, I Just Want a Tough Love, Spit. I mean, just awesome, awesome shit. The set list was fucking phenomenal. They looked and sounded terrific.
In the Star Spangled Banner.
I'm sorry, did I leave that out? Yeah. And they just looked great. Bruce just sounds awesome. And again, Todd Kern's fucking terrific vocalist, hitting all the notes.
Right.
And, you know, it's just when you hear those songs being played and you see the reaction from the crowd, it's like, dude, you're on the fucking Kiss cruise. Why is Bruce's band playing this and not fucking Kiss?
I've got comments on that. I'll save to after you get through these set lists.
Okay. So then after that, we'll kind of cover Bruce all at once. So then they did a second night, and it was similar. They did this one they threw in Unholy, Who Wants to Be Lonely. Then they did a Carnival of Souls medley, which they had Hate.
You missed All Night and Trial by Fire.
I'm sorry. Yep. Then they did a Carnival of Souls medley, Hate, Master and Slave, Rain, In the Mirror, I Walk Alone. Then we get back.
I walk alone.
Then we get back to the Animalize, Hot in the Shade, Revenge medley, but this time they threw in Time Traveler from the box. Song's not that bad. So they mix it up a little bit on the second night, but they just sounded great, and they're playing songs that, if like I said this earlier, if you're paying $4,000 or $5,000, I don't even know how much it is. It's a fucking ton of money. Like, you want to see stuff like this, songs that you're never, ever, ever going to hear anywhere else. And it's unfortunate that Bruce's band is doing that and not Kiss. Zeus, you had a couple things you wanted to say.
No, I'm just, Bruce, God bless him. He does this shit. There's obviously stuff that I would probably not want to hear. But the thing is, I know there are a lot of people that do like this stuff. So I'm glad he's doing it, because God knows I don't need to hear Bruce now do Love Gun in Detroit Rock City. In Cold Gin, and hey, Bruce, why don't you play Shout It Out Loud? I haven't heard that one yet.
Right.
Good for him. There's a lot of great songs in here. Songs that the fans are clamoring for, and I'm glad he got to play them. Good for Bruce. Which reminds me, I don't think we discussed that whole Bob Kulick interview with...
Oh, yikes. With Mitch LaFon.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys have heard that. I'm taking us on a detour here.
Go ahead.
So Bob Kulick was on Mitch LaFon's podcast, and he just rips Bruce and Kiss a new asshole. And he comes across like a biggest dick. I used to like Bob. Like, you know what I'm doing? I'm doing important things. I'm great. You know what I am? I got this song. I was with Meatloaf. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then
Bruce sits around waiting for Kiss to call him. Like, he just shits on him.
I couldn't. Then he's like, "Yeah, what's Bruce? Bruce is a replacement player. Yeah. He replaced Mark St. John. Now he's in Grand Funk Railroad. He replaced their guitar player. I'm not a replacement player. Bruce bows down because he worships Paul. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah,
where was all? I could
was
not.
On 24 Kiss tracks, 24 of them. I can tour in that. You mean you were on their tracks, not your tracks, their tracks?
Dude, that was brutal. That was really brutal.
You didn't need to go there. It's like, I call my brother up. I get, I'm busy. I can't talk. Like, dude, why are you airing that shit out?
It was rough.
Like he's making it sound like Bruce thinks he's too big. Has anybody ever seen or heard anybody say anything negative about Bruce? Sounds like somebody is a little bit bitter.
Well, yeah, you think?
Maybe that bitter attitude is why. Well, I was on the track with Motorhead. We did the track for WWE, Triple H, and I got Lemmy to play it this way. I did that.
Dude, how about the very very beginning of the podcast when poor Mitch introduces Bob, and he's like, "Oh, Bob Kulick." He's like, "Oh, wait a minute, Mitch. Yeah. I also did blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, don't introduce me as Kiss, guy that played on Kiss. I've done way more important things than that. I'm like,
it was
okay.
If you guys have not heard this podcast, check. We love Mitch, and he does a great job. Mitch is a very good interviewer. He's a kind man with his guests. And but you got to check this out because I mean it's one of it seems like it's one of those interviews where you kind of just got to let Bob go because it was like it was like fucking Festivus, the airing of the grievances. I got a lot of problems with you people, and now you're gonna hear them.
You Kruger.
Yeah,
you Kulick.
That was rough, man. That was real bad. I'm glad you brought that up, Zeus, because I wanted to talk about that too.
No, I just thought about that, and God bless Bruce. Nobody ever says anything bad about Bruce. Such a nice guy.
No, and I heard a couple other people. I thought of this myself. I'm not sure if we talked about it, but I heard some other people on social media talking about it too. Could this be a reason why Bruce is not, because people are like, oh, how come Bruce's band isn't opening for Kiss? Maybe because he's going to fucking overshadow Kiss.
Oh, fucking goddamn unemployed painter is going to continue. That was one of the announcements.
Oh, yeah. Excellent point. Let's get to some announcements that
Paul made.
Yep, that we heard as well. This is interesting. People. Here we go. So, again, kudos to Kiss Talk for sharing this stuff on social media. In case you wanted to know, I can tell you right now, I don't want to know any of this. Soul Station. Look, let me just say this. God love Paul. I love all kinds of music, Zeus, and I know you do too. I
love soul music, and I love R&B and the Temptations and Motown more than anything.
But here's the thing. Am I supposed to be excited about Soul Station just because Paul Stanley is in the band? Because I don't give two shits about Soul Station.
Yeah, I like Paul Stanley, but doesn't mean because Paul Stanley likes art, I like art now.
That's my point, right? Like everyone's like, oh, I can't wait for the Soul Station album. Why? Because Paul's in it? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
And their album's coming out, and no one cares. A PBS special is planned. I don't even know if that's about Kiss or Soul Station. Who knows? It's fucking terrible. There is no next Kiss album.
Yeah, we knew that.
But David Garibaldi, also known as what Zeus calls the unemployed painter, will continue as the opener on future legs of the tour.
Why don't we get together and paint each other up? Yeah, night on town. What do you say, bro?
Hey, forget about it.
What do you say, Bill?
Forget about it. Speaking of podcasts, Zeus, I want to bring this up too, as we segue again. There's a rock podcast out there called Dean Del Rey is the host, and he just had his 500th episode, and he had Paul Stanley on as his guest. Okay. It was pretty good. I mean, he got the most that anybody would get from Paul, because we all know Paul's not going to say much. But I thought it was interesting because Paul was talking about opening bands, and I'm like, dude, we talked about this before. Like, why the fuck do you have a painter opening for you? Like, why do you not have a band opening for you?
Jericho said it. That's fucking Paul. That's fucking Paul.
Right.
I'm quoting Jericho.
No, I know. No, I know. It's just frustrating. So a couple podcasts, couple plugs right there for a couple of interesting podcasts you want to hear about. So the thing with Bruce, that's our opinions on Bruce. He was absolutely phenomenal, not just the set list, but performance wise. And I'm wondering if and there's some interest there too, Zeus. I know, put your feelings aside about what you think of Queensryche, but Queensryche has been announced to be on KISS Kruise X. I don't know.
For those that like shit music, and there are a lot of you that like that shit music, good for you. Good. You'll like to listen to them.
You know what?
I'll be taking a shit during that whole time Queensryche is playing, and I think people would rather probably watch me take a shit and listen to that than listen to Queensryche. But go ahead.
George, if you've paid for only the gold package, the toilet is not in your room. You'll have to stick your ass out of one of the portholes and shit into the Atlantic Ocean.
And Peter will have to go out there and squeegee the deck.
Swab the deck like fucking SpongeBob SquarePants.
Aye. Anyways.
I don't even know what I was saying. I'm fucking off the rails right now.
Queensryche is coming on.
Oh, yeah. So what I was saying was,
now take a shit and listen to them. Go ahead.
So I haven't heard. Now, is that in place of Bruce Kulick's band, or are they still coming? Or is Bruce?
It's just one of the headlines. So, okay. For instance,
go ahead.
Because Tommy's on major ADD tonight, like I am usually.
Oh yeah.
But some of the acts that were on the cruise were The Darkness, Warrant, obviously Bruce Kulick, Steven Adler of Guns N' Roses, Tyler Bryan and the Shakedown, Bob Schneider. Any relations to Rob Schneider? Is that Deuce Bigelow, European Gigolo?
Any relation to Schneider from fucking One Day at a Time?
Magnetico? Is that a fucking Magnetico? Is that one of the friggin' mutants?
That's Magneto.
The New Roses, Royal Bliss, the Deads, Jake. I work for Mayflower. I work for Moish. Jake J and the Killjoys. Simply Queen. I don't know. Is that a Queen cover band? Dead Man's Whiskey. Lilac?
I don't know what the fuck any of that is.
Paralandra and Michael James Jackson. I'd like to see him.
Okay, I'd go see him or listen to him at least.
Exactly. He's awesome. 3 great albums he's done. Anyways,
so back on
who else was on the cruise.
So back on track. So then there was a KISS Q&A that we didn't really get to see too much of that. But one big thing is I took from this is that no, go ahead. No, go ahead, yeah, Zeus. No, you got
Tommy's all over the place with this.
I'm not all over the place.
Doing all music and then are we like?
No, I'm not all over the place. I have my
Bruce one night, Bruce second night.
Right.
Now I'm back to the KISS Q&A, which is on the first day.
Right, because we covered Bruce all at once.
Just either we do the whole concerts and then we go to this. I have no idea where we're at.
How the fuck are you accusing me of ADD?
That's my point. Because I know ADD when I see it.
Go ahead. If you want
to get all mad at me.
If you want people, you want to know why? Because Zeus, before we hit record, said he wanted me to take the fucking reins there. Now he's pissed at me.
Now Tommy's fucking flipping out on me online. Yeah, go ahead. Fucking ADD. Fuck, I get more shit from you guys, you and Murph, about my ADD, and you're all over the map today. You're fucking me up. So
go ahead, autocorrect.
Are we doing Q&A or what are we doing?
Go ahead. What did you want to talk about? Because that's what I had. I had Q&A.
All right, so all in the Q&A, I got a lot of notes on this fucking thing.
Okay, go ahead.
Disaster. That's when Ozzie Smith came out and started, hey, what's up, motherfucker? Remember that one?
Yeah,
fucking good one there, fucking Eric. So the funniest part is somebody asked Paul Stanley, what was the most pivotal point, like, in KISS?
Okay.
And Paul's like, serious? And he says, when I met Gene, there was this guy that I met with. His name was Steve Cornell.
Oh,
and 2 guys go, woohoo! You hear people in the crowd go, woohoo!
He see, I didn't see that clip. He actually brought up Steve Cornell.
Yeah, he said that he was a guy that his name was Steve, and then 2 people in the crowd, you can hear him go, whoa! And it was just an awkward, whoa! People are like, whoa! Yeah. I don't think we're supposed to be cheering his name.
Yeah, those are the other pedophiles on the cruise.
It was very, very awkward. Yeah, and then I just put a comment to reach back to what you were saying earlier. Just God knows we love the Star Child, but he just looked that hat in in the sun. He just looked like a prune.
Yeah. No, you're right. He just
it
looks
wasn't a good look.
No, it was not.
And then,
the questions. Go ahead. I was just going to say the questions
he brought up, like that Bruce was going to be there. Oh, and great to hear those songs played live. Hey, dickhead, why don't you play those songs live?
You took the words right out of my mouth, and I got that written down here. That was the one. Honestly, of all the Q&A bullshit, that was the big takeaway I took. I'm like, Paul, you're such a disingenuous fucking bozo. Yeah. Oh, so great to hear those songs. Dude, those are your songs. Play them.
It's like nobody's playing fucking a bunch of deep Zeppelin cuts. They're playing your shit, you idiot.
Really? That's exactly. It's like, oh, great to hear those songs. Well, you mean the songs you wrote? You play them then too.
Oh my God.
It was awful.
Oh, just some of the questions, and they're all pre-done. And this is so Paul. It's just everything's scripted. What has made you a better person? Bestest advice you've received over the last few years. What is your biggest inspiration outside the music world? Paul gets to talk about Picasso and who is asking? Who has 5 minutes of Paul Stanley's time and is asking what his influence, what he inspires outside of me? No, you're saying, hey, buddy, who really recorded the solo on this song? Dude, why did you write that song about this and that? Okay, who would you rather have sing a one more song with? Would you rather write it with Ace or would you rather do one with Pete? Like, ask him fucking interesting questions. Yeah.
No,
what is the other one?
Go ahead.
So what do you want people to remember you by? Listen to this fucking backstage pass answer. I want people to remember, like, what are you going to be remembered by? Not like that, I was in a great band that made a lot of people happy, or I really want to remember as a father to my young children.
Yeah.
Or I want to be known as a guy that gave his heart out and worked hard and was a proud American. Like, nothing. Like, I just want to know as I'm a cheerleader because of you. I believe in everybody here. So you believe in everybody here. What about the guy on the third deck with the fucking 2 DWIs? Or the other guy's got a manslaughter conviction that's on the cruise right now. Or the guy that's diddling the babysitter in the background. You believe in all of these people? That's what you want to be remembered for? The fuck are you talking about, dude? What is with this fucking new age bullshit? That's not a normal answer.
Well, first of all, it's not a normal question, and I'm convinced we know that these questions are all pre-selected. For the people that were on the KISS Cruise, you know it. For the people that weren't, who saw the YouTube videos, there's a line of people. They get called up. The guy hands them the microphone. They ask them the question. They're all scripted. And I'm telling you right now, you can call me a conspiracy theorist because that's what I am. I would not be surprised if these fucking people didn't even write these questions themselves, if they were told to ask these. Because you pay all this money, and again, I'm going to bring up the price. Again, I'm going to keep bringing up the price of the KISS Cruise.
You have a right.
You pay all this money, and that's the fucking question that you ask? Like Zeus said, not like, hey, tell us a little bit about what went on when you were recording your solo album. Or hey, what happened on the Love Gun tour or something? No, it's like, what do you want to be remembered for? Hey,
wait a minute. You just spent all that money. You get up there. You have those guys up there on stage. You turn around. You look at them. You go, hey, Tommy.
Exactly. Yes.
Tommy, did you have any summer jobs growing up? Are you fucking kidding me?
Bizarre.
Tommy, did you have any summer jobs? Who the fuck gives a shit if Tommy Thayer had summer jobs?
How about you want to know what you want? You want to know why my conspiracy theory may hold a little bit of water here? And again, I know I'm talking out of my ass and I'm being half serious.
That's okay. You've been drinking.
I've been drinking. There were 2 questions back to back to Tommy Thayer that were the same question.
One was in German. Yeah, the guy's, he's asking in German. And Eric was like, yeah, I think Eric goes, what's that? Are you related to that person that just asked that question? Yeah.
Yeah, so somebody's like, oh, yeah, repeat question. I'm like, yeah, it is. You're going to tell me 2 people asked the exact same question about what Tommy's plans are after KISS? 2 people all of a sudden had that same question?
Tommy's plans after KISS?
Who cares?
That, you know what that is? That needs a reply from Paul Stanley's Twitter page. It's whatever Gene wants Tommy Thayer to be doing after KISS.
But honestly, how many people on that cruise? Couple hundred? I don't know how many fucking people. So you have a Q&A and 2 people back to back ask the same question to Tommy?
One other thing I want to bring up about that performance. At one point, Tommy jokes with Gene, and Gene jokes back, and they're talking like, he doesn't like me to play his guitar. Yeah, I don't like it because I never get it back the same. And Gene goes, yeah, he says it becomes greasy after I touch my hand. Yeah, it's probably from me eating God knows what fluids, joking back and forth.
Yeah.
In the meantime, somebody asked Eric a question. Paul just jumps in like little mean girl. Yeah, he still pees in his pants. Yeah, Eric, how come you say you saw KISS when you were younger? How much younger are you than me, Eric? You're like the same age. Like, he's got to give his digs. Yeah. I could only imagine if Tommy or Eric ever turned back and made a fucking joke on Paul's expense
in front of all those people,
it would be over. Like, just watch it. Watch it. Watch how Paul feels the the freedom to jump in and give digs at everybody. Like the constant digs he gives Gene, but Gene never gives it. Nobody gives it back to him because he can't take it. He's so sensitive. I just listen to him just shit. Like, they're not even shitting on, but like he's joking with Eric. Just digs. No one's even talking to me. He's just going to jump in. Yeah. Eric, you're so short. Yeah, he was peeing in his pants. Could you imagine if Eric goes, yeah, Paul, when Paul was peeing in his pants when he first started to perform live? Paul would probably look at him and be like, motherfucker, I don't want you to be on the fucking rest of the cruise. Don't talk to me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I know.
Oh my God, it's so uncomfortable. So uncomfortable.
But like we said before, and it's probably because we're in the day and age of social media and YouTube that this Q&A is going to be broadcast around the world. It's not going to stay on the boat. So that's why they're not going to answer anything, because they know that it's going to just go all across the world and be on the internet everywhere.
Be fucking honest, though. People paid good money. Let them ask you, hey, Gene, isn't it true that you were fucking trying to pick up Ace's wife?
Yeah.
What do you have to say about that?
Or, hey, any comments about the Ace's accusation that you guys flew him to an island and tried to have him killed? You know what I mean?
Paul, if you could describe Vinnie Vincent, what he looks like now, please give us a comment or a question. Does he look better now or when he came out in 1983 on your Lick It Up tour?
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because we'll move on from the Q&A in a minute, but correct me if I'm wrong. Was there anything asked that was like about the band and the music? From what we saw, at least.
No. Clips and they probably are, but the YouTube clips I've saw so far, no.
Okay.
So now there are different segments, right?
Yeah.
Like special grip. Now I believe you have to pay extra to go to these segments.
Well, we heard from our buddy Steve from Potter Than Hell, good buddy of ours. Love his show. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. He has been on a couple of KISS cruises, and he was telling us that to go to those arena shows on the boat to see KISS is an additional fee. You have to. So you get on the cruise, then you have to buy a ticket to the show.
Yep.
That should almost be a fucking felony.
And then I think some of the additional, I don't know. I don't want to speak too much about it.
Right, because we weren't there. No, I know.
I don't have the pricing and stuff there.
Right.
So there are a couple different events. One was Tommy played a solo, and you could name it. Another's like, are you smarter than a rock god, Gene Simmons?
Yep.
Then there's Paul's painting class. When did Paul become a fucking painting teacher? You're going to go on a boat, and you're going to pay all that money. Then you go, I want to take painting classes from Paul Stanley and pay extra. Are you fucking insane?
You know what it is?
And then there's Paul's bedtime stories, which we'll leave that at the end.
We'll leave that at the end. But you know what this
Gene had a pick throwing contest. Like, these are like little things that we can go on. Do you want to start with one of these? Do you want me to start with maybe the Tommy one?
Yeah, look, having obviously you're there, you're on the cruise. It's 4 or 5 days, however long it is. Obviously, not everything is going to be a concert. There's going to be events, and I think I saw the clip of the Tommy Name That Solo game. That looked like something fun, something interactive. Have a couple drinks, go and watch it, play along, have fun. But some of the stuff with Paul, and you know what? Forgive us, but like we said, we have strong opinions. We love this band more than anything in the entire world. We do. We wouldn't be doing this if we didn't. But Paul's like ego is just unchecked. It really is unchecked. The fuck are you doing painting classes, dude? These people are on this boat shit-faced. They want to hear KISS music. Nobody wants to fucking paint.
No, it's his way to be like, no one's gonna dare criticize him for that shit. So he gets his validation.
That's my point. That's exactly what
I'm
it is.
a serious artist. Look at all these people that paid to get it. There was a guy on the Q&A that said, hey, Paul, I did this and that. And, I love your music. I love your stuff. I have 3 pieces of your art and this and that. And he goes, and then Paul's like, thank you. Like, yeah, not even curious to be like, you have 3 pieces of my art? That's awesome. What'd you get? What do you have?
Right.
Like,
right.
Oh, thanks. Look,
Yeah.
What's your question?
Thanks for your money. Yeah. I don't know.
Anyways, let's do the Tommy one, because I'll be honest with you. I've seen all these things. I think either the Tommy or the Gene one seem the most fun because they both seem very engaging.
I love Tommy.
Yeah,
I do.
Tommy came across awesome. So he did like Name That Soul, who would play the song. He did Shout It Out Loud. Come On and Love Me was fucked up because I didn't even know what the fuck he was playing. I don't think he did it that right.
Yep.
The Oath, Lightning Strikes, It's My Life, DRC. And then I'm watching the clip on YouTube. Fucking God bless YouTube in the comments section.
Oh God.
My God.
Go
You
ahead.
want to feel bad about yourself? Fucking go read the comment section on any YouTube clip that you post within an hour and then see what you think.
Brutal.
One guy wrote, because Tommy's like, what does that go? He goes, we never play this song, so I don't even remember. The guy wrote, dude has 2 songs, doesn't know one of them. That's how bad he is.
Oh, yeah. That's not
And then
fair.
somebody kept shitting on him throughout. Some guy named The Fonz on YouTube. Some guy wrote, buddy, I've seen you comment on KISS videos all over the place. You talk about how much you fucking hate KISS, yet you comment on all their videos all the time and always shitting on Tommy. Did Tommy fuck your mother in 1985? Backstage. What is your problem? Get a grip. I think that's the epitome of toxic face group, KISS face group, and toxic internet YouTube clip votes. Comments.
Absolutely.
Literally, like, dude, you're commenting every time I see a KISS group fan video, you comment on it.
Yep.
Which, like, why do you watch it and comment on it then? Did Tommy fuck your mother backstage in 85?
That's fucking awful.
I don't know who the font is, but it sounds like another typical, it's just KISS, it's just Paul, Gene, and Ace and Peter. Like, all right, buddy.
Yep.
But Tommy is laughing. He laughed about how he fell down during one of the concerts. He tripped over Paul. So he's got a self-deprecating sense of humor. Tommy says, this is my favorite, he's like, guys, you need to know I pull for those deep cuts. He's like, I pull it, but I'm being honest, it's like pulling teeth with those guys. And they'll look at me and me and Eric like, let's play this. And they'll go, really? We're like, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
He's like, but then Tommy threw out at the end of the video, goes, maybe we could do like a survey and we can, what we can play. Maybe we'll play it next year. I'm like, he's like, I got your back, guys. Like, dude, yes. Do a survey and watch it. They'll be like, guess they don't want to hear fucking Love Gun again.
Dude, bands have done that before. If I recall correctly,
Stones do it.
Metallica did that before. Metallica did an online poll on their official website, and they were going to allow people to pick like 1 or 2 songs to add to the set list based on fan feedback. Yeah. And it was awesome.
It's easy. You don't want to do Paul songs because maybe the tracks and it's going to fuck up everything. Then put a couple Gene deep cuts. Who gives a fuck? We don't care.
Yep.
So,
which leads us into. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Finish.
No, I was just gonna say. So I think Tommy just comes across as like such a nice guy. People fucking give him so much shit.
He doesn't deserve any of it.
Oh, God bless him.
Yeah.
Fuck off, Stewart. He's he's the leader and chief punk of that team.
No,
Dr. Hook McCracken. I'm gonna put a bounty on him. He's the captain and chief punk on that.
Tommy's great. He's a killer guitarist, good guy, team player, nothing but respect.
And I do believe him when he says that we asked for these deep cuts.
Let me ask you this question before we move on.
Put her in that bucket. What did you say?
I was going to say, put it this way, put her in that bucket. Do you honestly think, like, I cannot believe that he said that out loud to the crowd. What do you think Paul's reaction was? Because again,
Tommy, may I have a word with you?
Exactly. Tommy, why the fuck are you telling people that you're trying to fight for deep cuts? We don't play deep cuts. Why would you tell the crowd that? Now that makes me look like an asshole. Right?
Makes me look like an asshole. Makes me look like Paul, get up. Oh, I'm sorry. My robotic fucking
ogre, you went off. Ogre, you asshole.
Ogre.
So then we get to the first night of KISS's performance. Unless you got more to you're going to talk about Gene's thing. Go ahead.
Yeah, we got the Are You Smarter Than a Rock God? Gene starts off peddling his soda.
Honestly, the guy never misses a fucking beat.
Oh my God. He gives some dirty joke. I forget what it was. Tells a lady to drink. And And then he always talks about what people said. He goes, I used to teach in Spanish Harlem. And they used to say, maricon, blah, 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 blah. And I would say, what is that? And I guess they would mean something like, good morning, Jewish person. Gene is just so full of fucking useless knowledge and loves to share shit.
Yep.
And Gene, Hawking is, which, that's self-deprecating humor. And that reminds me, and I'm going to jump back to the Q&A. Remember, Paul doesn't have the sense of humor?
Yeah.
And they were on the cruise in the Q&A. They were asking questions about like Beatles songs. Oh, I'd like to play Beatles song. What about In My Life? And they were talking about songs they could play, Beatles songs they'd like to play. And Eric's like, yeah, Gene always does that. He says, yeah, isn't that Susan? And he's like, yeah, that's the right song. That's not the right chords, Gene.
Yeah.
Like he still plays all those Beatles songs because Gene never read music.
Right.
Plays everything by ear. But, Eric is saying to Gene out loud in front of everybody, and Gene's just laughing that, that Gene plays these songs, the wrong chords, doesn't know them.
Yeah.
Tommy's talking about having greasy fingers on his keyboard. Imagine this Paul being told those. That Paul plays chords wrong on a Beatles song, or that he leaves greasy fingers on guitars.
He's completely humorless, dude. He's got no sense of humor about himself or in general. He's very, very, very serious, and we say this all the time.
Very, very hurt.
He's turned into a fucking pain in the ass of an old man. Honestly,
the part is though on that Gene part on the YouTube comment thing, he's like, the poor host looks exhausted with Gene constantly talking over him.
Oh, I can imagine.
Dude, he's never been around Gene Simmons and a microphone, buddy. You're not getting in.
You're not getting in there. Yep.
Yeah. And then it's just, I think Gene lost. They were asking like weird questions like, how many concerts has Gene missed ever? It's like, me? Have I ever missed? And he was talking about the kidney stones. He goes, I had to cancel one, but the answer was 0. He's never missed one. Right. But then they were like, what's the largest river in Russia and shit like that? I guess Gene lost in the end. It was just like random questions, but he looked like he had fun. And that's something I would love to do with him, because I bet you he'd have like a personality. He's in there, hamming it up with everybody.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Before we get to the concerts, can we get to the last gimmick thing?
Go ahead. Absolutely.
Okay. So that Gene also had the pick throwing contest. Paul had the annoying painting classes. Somebody wants to do that shit. They're nuts, but good luck. God bless you if you like it. God bless you, but what you like in the future? Say your prayers. Then let's get to the fucking the most uncomfortable part of the cruise.
Oh
the
boy.
Paul Stanley bedtime stories. Dude, Paul comes out in a onesie.
He came out in a onesie with a nightcap.
Do you know? Remember?
And they played the intro to Looney Tunes on the big screen. Spread out pillows, had little kids come up, and I'm sitting here going, look. I don't have little kids. Your daughter is a little bit old now. Maybe if this would be something fun for the little kids, but this is. I usually don't talk like this about KISS. What the fuck are you doing, Paul? Like, you'll do that? You'll do that. Okay? Like, that is something that you're willing to do, is to put on fucking and watch cartoons.
And like read a book.
And read, like, dude, you talk about comments. Holy fuck. The comments on Facebook and YouTube for that? Whoa.
Yeah, one of the things that I was going to say is, do you remember a few years back when VH1 used to be pretty cool?
Yep.
And they had a countdown, least metal moments, top 50 or 20 least metal moments. I think Vince Neil won when he did the chicken dance.
Yeah, well, there's a new number one.
Yeah, I think number 2 was like Ozzy doing the Osbournes.
Yep.
This would have been number 1, least metal moment. Holy fuck. God bless him. Wish you luck in the future, Brad. Say your prayer.
I mean, what are you doing?
It was so uncomfortable. So uncomfortable.
And you know what made me even more uncomfortable? Not uncomfortable, but kind of pissed me off. So you're up there. The whole thing is a kid event. If you haven't seen the video, check it out. He's on stage with a bunch of little kids, ranging in age from, 5, 6 to maybe some preteen kids. One kid asked him, I can't believe the kid didn't get hooked off the stage.
That was the first question. Are you gonna say the Eric Carr one?
No. I was gonna say somebody asked him about Beth and and Beth becoming popular. And Paul, in front of a bunch of little kids, had to give some little sidearm fucking Peter insult about.
What did he say?
I'm like, dude, what the fuck? You can't even take a break from little kid. You can't even take. He made like he was like, like kind of like some. He didn't really come out and say the words, but if you're a KISS fan and you know the band,
he said, yeah, he shit on Peter and Beth. Yeah, it became a huge hit, and then somebody became a huge problem.
Exactly.
What the fuck is that, dude?
One of the
someone put in the comments, dude, this guy has to shit on Peter Chris in front of little kids.
Of all
his
the
ego
things,
is so fragile.
That's what I was just going to say.
Sensitive that he has to shit on Peter Chris in front of little kids.
Dude, that thing pissed me off so bad. I'm like, you can't take a break. You let your guard down by wearing these stupid fucking pajamas in front of a bunch of little kids. Like, but you still, in the back of your mind, you still find
performing.
the need.
He's still, I'm Paul Stanley. Act like this. Paul Stanley. Be nervous. Be danger. Serious question. Danger.
Peter Chris must shit on him. Must shit like what? Fucking asshole.
First kid asked the question. Wasn't like Eric Carr died.
Yeah, that was brutal. I felt that was bad.
Paul gave like a generic answer, but it wasn't even like, wow, that's pretty. You know, it's a nice generic, thoughtful, kind answer. It was like, yeah, well, when you lose people, you kind of wish they were around, but you think of the good things. Not like, I lost my friend. I miss him to this day, every day. He's such an awesome person. Yeah, Eric was loved. Eric is a great person, and I think about him all the time. Yeah, I mean, I thought about him the other day. Yeah, you got to think about other people. You got to move on because you can't be miserable. Like what the fuck? Dude, you have a better answer than that?
Dude, his answer was the inside of a condolence card by Hallmark. That's what that was like. Well, when people die, we hold their memories, and that keeps them. Yeah, I know that. We're asking about Eric Carr. We're not asking about death.
Somebody else, and then like little kids do, they jump on it. So another kid asks him about Eric, and then at one point he's like, "Do we have any happier questions?" Like, what the fuck?
I couldn't believe that little kid asked about Beth though, because
like the kid from Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah.
Then you die. It's not a tumor. It's not.
Oh.
And then then they start talking about stuff. One of the interesting parts, it's like, what do you do before a concert? And he's like, well, those guys have their own room. I have mine. Like, they like to do some talking, a lot of talking. Well, Gene does the talking. They do the listening.
Was he serious with that answer?
I think he's basically saying, I have my own dressing room. The other three on their own.
See, honestly, I couldn't tell if he was joking with the kids.
No, I don't think he's joking. I think he's serious. Okay. He has his own shit.
Okay.
Like, dude, he's like, they all must be like, dude, he is such a prima donna. And God, I feel like this is Kickin' Paul episode.
We are.
But we've done Kickin' Gene episodes, Kickin' Ace episodes, Kickin' Peter. Believe it or not, we like KISS. As Tommy likes to say to me, do you actually like KISS?
We've said this before, okay? When they deserve to be kicked, we kick them. And I'm sorry, Paul deserves to be kicked.
Yeah, because he's just like talking about, we're in the separate rooms from them, and I'm in separate rooms from them. I like to be ready. I have my weights with me. Okay, Arnold.
Yeah, well, that was in chapter 5 of his backstage, where you got to learn to put the fucking weights up, then down.
I put those weights down. Put that cookie down, Gene. I thought you were going to do the other one. I pick things up and I put them down.
Exactly.
So then people were asking him, like, some of the questions. Did you know about Eric being a cop? He's like, what? Remember that thing where he got the cop gig? And he was like, he can arrest you. He's like 5'2", 4'2". Like, he didn't even know about Eric. Like, he's in your band. You didn't know about it. All the fans know what Eric did.
Yeah, when he got the honorary police officer. Yeah.
There was someone's like, do you go sightseeing? He's like, no. I've seen most everything. I just want to relax. Like, oh my God, this is just this is not going well. Then he starts reading a book. Then the worst part of it all, some kid asked him, were you nervous? Like, when I first started off, because I didn't have any experience. But now, before I go out, I know I'm pretty good. And everyone's like clapping. I know I'm pretty good. So, I mean, part of me is like, yeah, it's awesome because he has confidence, and he's absolutely right that you have to have the confidence to be able to be the star child in KISS.
No doubt.
Perform like he does. Yeah, absolutely. But it's just, dude, do you have to sound like that much of a fucking prima donna in front of these kids.
Yes,
You know?
he does. Yeah.
Oh my God. Anyways, then he starts reading a fucking book. That's it for those gigs. Let's go back and finish up this cruise stuff with the set list for the 2 KISS concerts.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but maybe I was naive. I had a little bit of wishful thinking that the unplugged sailaway set list would be similar to the full makeup costume explosion set list, but
as previous KISS tours, KISS cruises where they've done like themes, where they'll do like, all of a sudden they'll play a certain album or some Creatures or something else.
Deep when they did that one, yeah. But this one, so here we go. This is the first night. And breaking news, the second night is the exact same except for one fucking horrible song. Say Yeah, Larger Than Life, Strutter, Watching You, Got to Choose, Do You Love Me, Christine 16, Heaven's on Fire, Cold Gin, I Was Made for Loving You, Crazy Nights, It's My Life, God Gave Rock and Roll to You, Detroit Rock City, Rock and Roll All Night.
So let's start with the first night. First thing I'm thinking about, let's go as far as End of the Road tour. Say Yeah, it's on it. Larger Than Life, they never play that. Awesome that they did that. Awesome.
Yep.
Strutter, they're not playing it on End of the Road, but it's kind of a classic.
Yep.
Watching You, they're not playing that on End of the Road, kind of a classic. Got to Choose, same thing. They're not playing End of the Road, but kind of a classic. Do You Love Me, they did on the End of the Road. They brought it back. Christine 16, not on End of the Road. Heaven's on Fire, on End of the Road. Cold Gin, on End of the Road. I Was Made for Loving You, on End of the Road. Crazy Nights, on End of the Road. It's My Life, never. Awesome deep cut. Awesome.
Yeah.
I just talked about It's My Life was one of my songs I picked.
Yeah,
on
but
the
here's
previous episode.
Right, but here's a big disappointment with that song before we continue through the set list. Why didn't Tommy sing the ace part?
Because I know that the song originally came out around Creatures of the Night. They're not talking about Or the Elder, so they're not doing it as the Psycho Circus version.
They should have, because I thought
I believe so. I thought it'd be awesome if Tommy did that part.
Yep.
And then God Gave Rock and Roll to You. Terrible song, not on End of the Road. And then obviously Detroit Rock City and Rock and Roll All Night on End of the Road. So there are about 6 or 7 not End of the Road, but of those 6 and 7, 5 only 2 of them are deep cuts. Larger Than Life and It's My Life.
I know I might be asking
And
for
they're both what?
Gene songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Paul can't handle anything new at this point.
I know I might be asking for a lot. If I'm paying I said this at the beginning, if I'm paying all this unbelievable amount of money, I don't want to hear one song, with the exception of, Rock and Roll All Night or Detroit Rock City. I want to hear an entirely special, fresh set list because I paid all this money. I'm on the KISS cruise. I don't want to hear half of the End of the Road tour set list mixed in with some second tier songs.
Songs that were on the last tour.
And to make matters worse, the second night was the exact same, except for they added fucking Lick It Up. Really? The exact same set list. Can you imagine that? 2 nights, 2 KISS concerts, identical.
I don't know if they have it set up so that you're going to see one of the 2 shows, and that's why. Do you know what I mean? Or does everybody get to see both shows if they want to?
Say that again. You broke up a little bit with the Skype.
I'm saying, I don't know if it's set up that, most people only see one show, or is it that everybody gets to see both shows? Do you see what I mean?
Okay, maybe. All right, you might be right.
You're not supposed to be able to see both shows.
Okay,
you're
right.
Both. Maybe one show you get is free, and the other show, if you want to see, you pay extra. So they're playing both shows. I don't know what the story is, and maybe we should have done our research before we did this episode.
No, it's
fuck
okay.
You. It's late. Tommy's drinking. So, I don't know, but you're right. They did a lot better job when this KISS Cruise stuff started up.
Why would you add Lick It Up? Fuck that song, dude.
I love Lick It Up, though.
No, okay. I'm not saying. Okay, even if you do like that song, you can't throw. Look, I know it's a dead horse that we beat about the set list. But if you can't hear certain things on the KISS Cruise, okay, then this right here, the KISS Cruise 9, this is proof that you are never going to hear a deep cut ever, unless you go see Bruce Kulick's band.
Yeah.
right?
I'm not paying $2,000 to go see Bruce.
No, you're exactly right. You're not. No one is.
You know, from all the clips that I saw, I thought the band performed awesome. He's definitely not lip syncing on this tour on the cruise.
No. He's singing.
He's
Correct.
singing.
Absolutely.
He's not singing Paul Stanley circa 1978 or 88,
right?
But he's singing, and it's not bad.
Yep.
You know, and it's okay. You know, it's just, I don't know, guys. It's just, do I want to go? Yeah, I want to go because I'm a completionist, and I'm like, I want to go on one KISS cruise before it's over or something happens. I want to go. Maybe I look at all 10 KISS cruises and I'd say, you know what? If I was to go, I wish I went on that one. But, you know, I still want to do it. After seeing this, it hasn't pushed me one way or the other. KISS Cruise 9. I still wanted to go just to go. So I don't think KISS Cruise 9 convinced me I shouldn't go. I think it probably may have convinced you that you definitely don't want to go.
Well, look, I've always wanted to go. It's just been something that we haven't been able to do for a variety of reasons.
It's expensive as fuck.
Right. Especially where we are. We're up in New England. We'd have to, not only are we paying for the cruise and the drink package and the meal package, we have to pay for airfare to fly us down to where the ship is. So it's a huge undertaking. And I know it's a huge undertaking for everybody out there. I get that. But, and one other thing I want to say, I know that there's more to the cruise than everything we just covered. I know that,
you're on a fucking, you're drinking with your friends, you see people, you're going to beautiful islands and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. And there's other bands you can see in other activities. Yep. You can have fun with your friends. There's more to it. The atmosphere adds to it.
Right.
But good God, I could do Monsters of Rock cruise. I can do fucking Jericho
cruise. Yep.
I could do other stuff. What's my money? If I'm doing a cruise a year, where is it my money spent? Like if I did the KISS cruise, would I want to go back again? Oh, I don't know about that.
I mean, look,
if I've done it once, would I come back because I saw this? I don't think so.
I mean, I've seen KISS 18 times. We're going to see them at least 2 more times, hopefully 3 more with the New York show. Yep. I mean, I don't want to say that this, pushed me in one direction. I'll be honest with you, I don't have a desire to go on any cruise. I've said that to my wife. I know that there are cruise people. It's like a cult out there, and that's fine.
No, I mean, I did. I told you, senior year, we had our junior year in college. Me and Tommy went away. But senior year, he went to San Padre, right?
South Padre,
South Padre,
Texas.
San Padre.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of San Diego Padre. Yeah. Combined it. And I went on a cruise. The fucking cruise was the best time I had. It was awesome.
And I've heard that. And you're right.
It was a lot of fun.
And there is more to the cruise than the KISS concerts. I get that. So, but we're talking about it from the angle as a KISS fan, because obviously we were on the cruise, and quite frankly, even if we were on the cruise, I don't think people.
I'm not too fond of this next contest.
Even if we were on the cruise, we wouldn't tell you that. Oh, it was great hanging out at the bar with fucking who. Like we would talk KISS.
I can't say it.
So again, if you're a new listener out there,
hanging on the cruise with Johnny Coolballs and fucking Joe Paul Stanley from Toledo,
I mean, look, if you're a new listener out there, and we hope that there are new listeners. I mean, look, we wouldn't be doing this. We wouldn't be up to episode 44 if we weren't huge KISS fans, and we are. But like we say before, we're not. We don't give the KISS foot rub. We call things. We have. Clearly, as you've heard tonight, very strong opinions, and that's because we love this band. We're very, very passionate about this band, and we always want the best from them. And what we saw on this cruise, just I don't know. I don't know if it was the best, but we weren't there, and it's hard to. We're giving you our opinions based on what we saw and read and heard, so that's where we come from.
Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about on this cruise, or do you want to move on?
No, we can move on to our next segment as we usually do.
Perfect. You got some questions for us?
Yeah. So we got a question from one of our buddies on Twitter, very interactive with us. He goes by the name of Heavy Mayo. Funny guy, funny dude. He says, KISS sells everything under the sun, but I can't find a baseball cap with an embroidered character from the Destroyer album. So then he says, topic, what KISS products do you wish existed? before I answer that question, I want to give a plug to our buddy Ed from Click Tea Shop, because you might not get a character, but you can get a hat with an embroidered Gene Simmons boot on the front of it, because our buddy Ed from clicktshop.com, KLICKTEESHOP.com, has amazing Kiss-inspired products, T-shirts, hats, coffee mugs, you name it. So Heavy Mayo, check it out there, because you can get Gene's Destroyer boot on a hat. It's pretty friggin' amazing.
Or you can get a Shout It Out Loudcast logo hat.
Yep, that was my next thing too.
All our products are on there too.
And a segue there, we saw our buddy Kevin Jepson on Facebook rocking our shirt on the Kiss Cruise.
Yeah,
fucking
Kevin.
Awesome. Kevin, thank you, buddy. That was amazing seeing that. I hope you had a blast. It looks like you certainly did.
I hope you had a better blast than what we just described.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna be like, hey, assholes, you guys just shit on me my whole fucking trip.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Let's be clear. We didn't shit on it. Well, actually, I said if you wanted to pay $5,000 to ride around in a floating toilet, but. So anyways, let's answer Heavy Mayo's question here. What Kiss products do you wish existed?
That's an episode in of itself.
I agree.
I don't know. I don't know. Think of something first, I guess.
It's easy for me. I wish there were more official concert DVDs out there. I wish you could go on their website and there was like a library of concerts where you could like custom order, like, okay, I want this concert on a DVD and charge me $25 for it.
Yeah, that would be pretty sweet. Now that I think about it, Tom, like Pearl Jam, you can basically buy their fucking catalog. Mansfield, 1991.
Yep. That's my point.
I want that concert at that time because I was there.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be sweet if you could say, I was at this Kiss concert and order that specifically.
Whether a DVD or an MP3, again, I'm going to refer to Metallica. Metallica has done that before. You go onto their website, you can buy the MP3 file of a specific concert, download it to your computer, and put it on your phone. That would be awesome.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely. Anything else?
That's a great question. And then we got another question from Ron on Facebook. This is kind of interesting. So he asks, how come when you see like an interview with Gene, like whether it's, like a 60 Minutes interview or something or whatever, you see Gene surrounded by Kiss merchandise and Kiss memorabilia, Kiss items.
Yeah.
But when you see Paul, like for example, that Dan Rather interview, there's nothing Kiss.
Yeah, he does. He has his paintings always up.
But what I mean, like it's almost like Paul is trying to separate himself from the merchandising of Kiss, where Gene completely and totally embraces it.
Yeah, because there's two different aspects of it. And I also, Paul does have the pinball machine. He will have that.
I saw that.
He always talks about that. So, but because it's always this thing, Tom, I always say it's Paul is the band, Gene is the brand. Yep. You worry about that shit. I run the band. You make me the money. Yeah. Gene's like, you make us the hits. Paul says to Gene, you make us the money on the other shit. I think he doesn't give a fuck about that stuff. Paul doesn't want to be known for Kiss because Kiss means half of it goes to Gene. Paul don't want to be known as Paul, the Renaissance man.
Yeah, I think you're right. I actually look at it as
the opera singer, the fucking the theater guy.
Yeah,
the fan of the opera guy, the guy that's in the band Kiss, the guy that sings for Soul Station. Like, he doesn't want Kiss limits him. I think.
I actually look at it almost. I could be being a little over dramatic here, but I almost look at it like Paul's like embarrassed about that aspect of the band, that he wants to distance himself from all the commercialization and merchandising, even though it's made him a shit ton of money. Almost like he thinks he's too good for that. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't think so. I just think he doesn't interest him as much. I don't think he's passionate about Kiss products as Gene is. I think Gene has that childlike mentality that about his childhood, about toys and things like that. I don't think Paul really gives a fuck about it. So I don't think he needs to brag about
in my basement. Eventually, I got to post pictures sometime in my basement because my basement's like a mini version of fucking Gene's basement with all the fucking shit. But yeah, I thought that was an interesting question. Just compare the different. I mean, we know the differences between Gene and Paul, but just for somebody to kind of bring that up, I thought it was interesting. So yeah. So those are the questions.
All right. So let's get into plugs, my friend. Yeah. So you guys, as I always say, you can find us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, anywhere you find your podcasts, as you know, because you are hearing us, So you can also interact with us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. As you know, Tommy runs those, and he does an awesome job, very interactive. As the podcast grows, we're still intending on being just as interactive. It's just a little bit overwhelming lately. Me and Tom were talking about it, and we're kind of flattered. But I said to him today, like, I haven't been able to keep up. Like, it's just unbelievable, and we love it, and we'll still try to get back to everybody. But there's been a point in time I'm like, I fucking can't keep up. Thank God for Tom. I can't do this. That we need both of us, and thankfully he's awesome about keeping up with everything. But please keep interacting with us. Keep sending us emails. We love the emails, especially. And you can email us at shoutitoutloudcast@gmail.com. Shoutitoutloudcast@gmail.com. Please leave us a review on iTunes, Podchaser. A 5-star child review goes a long way so people can find our podcast, spread our podcast. That gets done by people seeing reviews. It moves us up the food chain so that we can get on to more and more people. And we'd really appreciate that. So, Tommy, anything else before I get into famous last words?
No, I just want to kind of comment on what you said about the social media. I mean, we love it where we're flattered and honored that there are so many people that are passionate about the show and passionate about KISS and like to interact with us. And, I'm lucky that I have a job where I'm at a desk and I have my phone right in front of me. And most of the time it allows me to kind of quickly interact and quickly respond. I don't know, that could change at any time and then would kind of leave you guys hanging, and I would hate to do that. But like Zeus said, it's been on fire lately, and we do love that. The show keeps growing, and we're happy that people are enjoying it, because that's why we're doing this. And as long as we can keep that going, that's what we want to do. We want you guys to enjoy us, comment on us, agree with us, disagree with us. I'm sure tonight this episode may have some passionate disagreements or passionate commentary. But if you're listening to our show from the beginning, you know that our opinions are very strong about this band because we love them so much. If you're new to the show, welcome to it. Because this is how we are. We love this band, and we're not afraid to talk about when something kind of bothers us about them. Zeus, you got something, brother? Yeah.
So the only other thing I was going to say is look out for us. We'll be coming up on an episode coming soon for Potter Than Hell, another brother podcast of ours that it's in our podcast family community of good guys. So it's Steve, BB, and BC. I don't think what's the name wasn't there that time too.
No, it was just the three of them.
Right?
Yep. It was just the three of them.
Dylan, he wasn't there. But we did an awesome episode. It'll be coming up. I don't want to give it away. We were just on with them. We were on earlier with Hook Rocks. We've been on with the Grown Up Rock. There's a lot of those great podcasts out there. So please give them all. Grown Up Rock, Potter Than Hell, the Hook Rocks, all these guys. And there's more. And we'll keep, promoting and cross-promoting. They're all great guys. But Steven welcomed us on. It was an awesome time. And I'm not sure. It might be coming out this week for them or the following week. But give a listen to Potter Than Hell. Those are great guys.
Yep, absolutely. And they their name is Potter Than Hell, but they're not just an all KISS podcast like us. They cover all things rock and metal. So if you haven't checked them out, absolutely, bunch of fun guys that talk about a bunch of crazy topics. And we were lucky enough to be invited on their show for a lot of fun. So keep your eyes open for that one.
Yeah, and then we tortured Steve by putting him on our fucking our group fucking texting, and now he's tortured part of it, and it's just a blast. We had so much fun with those guys. All of them have such a great sense of humor, and that's actually one of our funniest times we've had on a podcast ever. So,
yep, absolutely.
On that note, Tom, famous last words.
Am I the master of your soul? Do you lose all control? Is it my fire or my flame? Do I drive you insane? Charisma!
I don't live for tomorrow. Because at the end of the day, gonna shout it from the roof. Better face up to the truth. It's my life.
Oh, I knew it. Good one.
On that note, thank you, Tom. Thank you, Kiss Army.
Thank you, everybody. Hopefully you're not too upset with our judgment and commentary on the KISS Cruise, but we love you guys and we love the band, obviously. So hope you guys had fun with this one. We did.
Peace out, Girl Scout.